to spill the beans. We just mutated on a Naki James. Tiger blood, Charlie Sheen. Leadership level like a college dean. Addicted to the truth like crack is to a fiend. The elites killed the American dream. Along with Epstein, let's rage against the machine. Momentum picking up and I'm hardly burning steam. Positivity never makes it mainstream. The country is torn like some Levi James. Cutting the lawn, but I'm barely making greens. Give it to you straight like a laser beam. This fucking reality is not what it seems.
You guys, we're live. You're watching the Off Topic Show right now on YouTube and all music platforms, all social media platforms. I don't know where my brain is right now, but make sure you guys are using promo code Off Topic to save 20% off your monthly and yearly subscriptions when you guys subscribe using promo code Off Topic. There's so many awesome shows over there on Compound Censored, but make sure you use my promo code. Now, we have a guest for you today. I even have notes. Because we want to do this right. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a comedy powerhouse. Hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina, Dave Martin has been slaying stages since '97. From HBO's Bad Boys of Comedy to tours with Steve Harvey and Mike Epps. A prostate cancer survivor, Dave is here to bring the unfiltered laughs to the Off Topic Show. Please welcome the one and only, ladies and gentlemen. Let me unmute his mic, and here we go. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Man, that's an intro right there, brother.
Hey, this is how we do it. It's 2025. You and I are here in the same time, in the same place, but we're in different places and different times. And people don't understand. This is like a modern day crystal ball, man. I mean, you don't have to watch legacy news anymore. You can watch and pick and choose whatever you want to put in here. So
that's right.
What's up?
That's
how
right.
you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. Thank you so much for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
I love your energy. I love the video clips. You're on Instagram. I follow you. You follow me, and you can like take clips and you can share them. And you've been sharing some, clips related to some sensitive stuff right now with Charlie Kirk, people getting fired. What do you think about Charlie Kirk and people getting fired and yapping at the lips and thinking there's no repercussions for the crazy shit they say? What do you think?
I mean, it is what it is, because I see so many people posting when they said, oh, well, he wanted free speech, he wanted free speech. And, he said, you should have some gun deaths every year. That's to go with it, having guns as a Second Amendment. So it is what it is. OK, well, when you post stuff and your employer sees it and he's protecting his business, his assets and his ass, he doesn't want to get sued. So you're saying Charlie, may have brought it upon himself with his mouth. Well, you brought your ass getting fired with your mouth. And I want to be clear. This has nothing to do with me being a fan of Charlie or a detractor of Charlie. OK, I don't dislike Charlie. I don't. Let me be clear on that. I'm not one of those people who have this color skin walking around saying that he's a terrible person and he's a racist. People want to debate me and jump in my comments and say and try to tell me what political party I'm in. I say, hey, man, these are equal opportunity jokes. Everybody can get this smoke. Everybody can get this shit. I don't give you a pass because, the black people might be mad at me. If I see fuckery, I'm going to call it out. That's all it is to it. So when you run your mouth about somebody dying, there's lots of people that I despise on the earth. Lots. And if they were to get gunned down in such a public, terrible fashion as he did, okay, I'm not going to go online. I'm not going to film myself, dancing and mocking it and then put it online. And if I do that and I start getting shows canceled or lose a page or something like that, it is what it is. So when the same people that have that energy, which is the first video that I posted about it, the same people who were dancing and, all excited that he got shot and I'm glad he's there, blah, blah, blah. Okay. When the people that you love in politics or whatever else, if they catch one in the neck, keep that same energy. Also, keep that same energy when HR calls you into the office and says, hey, listen, Bob, yeah. Fun fact, we saw your IG post and gonna have to let you go because, hey, I don't have a problem with what you posted, but they're killing us in the emails. And they're telling us they're gonna sue. So that's what it is. A lot of these employees, people think, oh, the employer fired me because they're this or they're that. No, no. People have to bow to the pressure. When you get
other people have to eat. You're not thinking about yourself, not thinking about other people. What if
yes,
you work at a company and you're messing with other people's livelihood and not to get off
yes,
topic, but that's the name of the show. But I mean, that's what Charlie technically was doing. I mean, he was talking, showing the young generation how you might not have to go to college necessarily and go into debt. He was giving people alternative ways of thinking, and
yes.
you should never take out somebody for that. And like you said, I don't care if it's like my enemy or something. You don't go dancing around. You sure the hell don't put it online because you get
Yeah.
what you get back.
I'm like, how stupid are you? If I was gonna celebrate that happening to somebody, I'm sure as hell not gonna post it.
No.
I'll talk about it in the privacy of my own home with my close friend or in the car or something, you dummies. So then when they get fired, now they're making videos and you have been roasting the shit out of them, posting them like that. They'll make videos and be like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys got me fired. No, you got you fired, dummy. You got you fired. You ain't got to hit record for everything. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff that I would say if I posted it, there will be some repercussions. So I can't say everything on camera either.
You know, some people, though, what they're doing is some people are acting like they got fired. They're doing a reverse psychology rage bait. But the way I'm telling people, because I'm going through so many videos, there have been some that I think are fake. Hey, if you're trying to say it's fake and you're putting out there, the thing is, outside your little social media bubble, there's all this whole other thing. So what I'm doing is, and like you're doing is, all right, if you're going to fake and say you didn't get fired, but you're saying that you did, well, outside your little bubble, people are going to think you did. You're basically tarnishing your online reputation. In this digital age, that means almost just as much as your a real one. So if you're doing it for clicks and views to try to get extra $10, I don't think, I mean, what I'm saying is if you're faking it, it's still the majority of people are going to think that you're not, and that's what you're going to be labeled with. And so you got to think before you speak. I want to say this. I've been seeing people from all races, different color faces, laughing about Charlie Kirk's death. And that, you know, if you just came across a video for the first time, you've seen a black man or a white woman, you might, depending on what side of the spectrum you are, what side, if you're black and you see somebody white make fun of Charlie Kirk, it might make you upset white people. If you're white, you see a black person, it might. But this is all, I think, adding to the divide, pushes towards a civil disorder and pushing towards a race baiting when we need to go the opposite way. Can you agree? Do you think that this is all adding to animosity towards one another and feeling a hatred and divide? I mean, look at you and I are having a conversation. We're on the same page. It doesn't. I think this is it. I think we need to look at this coming together and not tearing each other apart like pulled pork. I don't know. What do you think? It looks like everybody's.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. I'm gonna be honest with you, my friend. The reality is, as much as I would like for us to come together, and that's what I want, the reality is I don't really see it happening. I do think listen, I'm getting ready to say something that's really gonna step on some people's toes, but when it comes to touchy subjects, I step right on people's toes. I'm fine with it. I'm gonna step on your toe with a steel toe boot. I mean, I don't care. We, in theory, I think we're headed towards a race war, but in reality, do I think it will actually happen? No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because black people ain't ready for that shit. Black people can't handle no damn race war in America. We will get our asses cooked. We will get whooped in a race war. I think black people going, oh, I'm ready, man. No, bro. No, you ain't ready. No, you ain't.
Is that stem from the videos you're seeing from people in Chicago and these sanctuary cities that are saying, "Hey, bring it on in"? You got people that are
no. Just like when I hear people saying stuff like, defund the police. We don't want the police. I'm like, listen, and I'm talking to black people. Your ass would not last 48 fucking hours without the police. Are you out of your mind? Have you ever seen even one of the movies called The Purge? Are you out of your rabbit ass mind?
Well, I mean, right now we're in a pivotal moment, like you said, because look what happened in North Carolina, where you're from, in Charlotte, the woman on the light rail. I mean, when people see that, and then, I mean, I'm glad you're here because we can get people to open up. So a lot of people are on that light rail. They were all black back there, and if the roles were reversed, people are wondering. We can't now listen. I would like to think that people would have ran over there and added blood to the wound. Would have tried to stop the pressure, and we can sit here and think hypotheticals. But the one thing that pisses people off is you see everybody's black except that woman right there, and nobody's getting up to do anything. Can I just ask you, what would you have done if you're right there and you've seen it after it happened? Because I feel like you're just a sincere, honest person. That's why I like your videos, because you're being genuine.
so I can
Yeah.
ask you this, and I know you're going to give me a legit answer. So what would you have done after that
I mean,
happened? Because
I want to honestly feel that I would have jumped up and at the bare minimum taken off a hoodie or a shirt and tried to put pressure on, where she was bleeding, and I know he stabbed her in the neck and all that kind of stuff. This happened I'm born and raised in Charlotte. I currently live in Charlotte. This happened in a very nice part of town. And look, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It was not the hood. For all intents and purposes, this was the white side of town. This was an area of town called South End. Okay, very affluent, very eclectic, very nice part of town where she got on that light rail. Right after it happened, I didn't know. I was out that night. I drove past where this happened, and I saw all this yellow tape, everything blocked off for about 2 blocks of a radius, probably 20 police cars at minimum that I saw. And I knew something very bad had happened, and then I found out what happened a couple of days later. I absolutely would like to, it's easy for us to say Monday morning quarterback and say what we would have done after the fact.
Right, exactly.
I really feel like that I would have gone and done it. I feel like that I would have done it. I feel like that I would have helped her, but I don't know unequivocally.
Right. We can all sit here with hypotheticals, and I think that's where we get kind of lost, and that's where a lot of this anger stuff comes from, because we can say, oh, I would have done this, I would have done that, but the fact is we weren't there, so we can only go from what we get from the video in this digital age. With that being said, there is a lot of tension. You've been doing comedy since the 90s. Now when you do comedy, do you get more people heckling you over the last 4 or 5 years? Can you just describe to us a little bit about how comedy for you going from 97 to here, just kind of within a few minutes, how everything has changed the landscape? And do you concur that we no longer live in the world we were born into? We live in a whole new world order now. I mean, I know it sounds a little conspiracy, but through your comedy, can you tell how things have changed? Can you tell us a little bit more about that, how things have changed?
I mean, I don't really get heckled. I'm trying to sit here and think the last time I actually had what you would call a real heckler. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason that is because I'm fucking phenomenal. I'm that good. Your favorite comedian, I'm probably funnier than them. I know that's a bold thing to say, but if I don't believe it, y'all ain't gonna believe it. Anywho, I really don't get hecklers, bro. I really don't. I'll get somebody. I've had people that were a little extra drunk, and they were just maybe hollering out a little bit. So I'll give them some attention. And when I say give them some attention, I'm not a comedian who looks to roast people. I don't look to stand on the stage and look at this dude in this ugly shirt. I don't do that.
You bring the joke about yourself, or do you make it like you don't make it how you bring the vibe? It's not about making other people the brunt of the joke. It seems like it's about making the joke about life and everything, not pinpointing people.
Yeah, I don't talk about people. I don't talk about people in the audience. Now, let me be clear. I've got plenty of 9mm bullets in my back pocket to fire at somebody verbally if they just won't shut the fuck up, But I really never have to go there because I don't self-deprecate. I mean, I'm too handsome for that, and I'm not fat, and I'm 6 feet tall. So I don't have to do any of that. I don't like to talk about people. I don't really care for comedians who do it, but everybody has their way. There are comedians that have made great careers and they make a lot of money, and people like that. But I have too many things to actually talk about when I get on stage. I also like to feel like, hey, these people paid $10, $20, $30 to come see me. I'm not going to sit up there and talk about this guy's hairline or talk about, this guy's double chin. I just have too many other things that I'm good at making fun of on stage. So, but like I said, I don't really have hecklers. I can't remember if I've ever really had one.
Let's knock on wood. You're going to get one now. Let's knock on wood. You're going to get somebody just purposely just to go be that guy. So
I get the hecklers on social media in the comments, but oh my God.
Oh, you roast them, dude. I see your comments. You roast back people when they say stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's actually funny.
That's the best right there. It depends on the day. It depends on what day sometimes I'll just hit them with something stupid when they'll say, when they'll call me a name or you this, you that. I say, hey man, thank you. You're so kind. Please write me 47 more comments. Please. Every time you write a comment, you're helping me in the algorithm. You're helping the page. So if you don't want to help me, you can just shut the fuck up. But if you do want to help me, then keep running your mouth. Call me, all ugly, short, fat, whatever you want. I don't care. When I wake up tomorrow, I want to see 18 more paragraphs, please.
So would you say that things have not been, I mean, as far as doing comedy, you haven't really noticed much with audience when you do stuff? It's the same old, or in the last 4 years, 5 years since 2020, have you reshaped the way you present yourself, or the jokes are different, or you're just doing the same thing you've been doing, and that's pretty much, you know?
I'm going to be honest and say I don't feel like I've done anything to reshape myself. I don't feel like I have had to, but I will say the general landscape of comedy, sadly, people are far too fucking sensitive. Far too sensitive.
That's what I'm trying.
I wish that the comedy people would not try to cancel people based on how comedy used to be in the 90s before I started doing comedy. I mean, you used to could say just diabolical stuff on stage. Now you say something that you might have somebody in the back. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Are you crazy? You know, if you make a trans joke or a homosexual joke, it's you're homophobic. Nobody's homophobic. I'm not scared of a gay man. Yeah, you know, but I'm just saying, you know, people are far too sensitive these days. Comedy should be the last true realm of free speech. In theory. Do I think it is? No, because people are so sensitive. Yeah, but I have to say, I haven't really changed what I talk about and how I do it. I just get up there and talk and let the chips fall where they may.
Now it says here I watched one of your videos too. You toured with Steve Harvey. There was a certain story. We don't have to totally repeat it, but where you were doing stand up, you went for 10 minutes, but then you got to go like another 20. Like they're off on the side, kind of looking at you, keep going. What was that like? Be like opening up for somebody like him, and then they're off to the side, like, hey, keep on going. Did you have enough material to fit the time gap? Were you like, okay, I'm ready? I mean, are you ever ready for those moments? If you're told to go longer, are you ready for it? I mean, so Steve Harvey, what was that like? What is that?
So that was awesome. That was I believe it was 2004 or 2005 when that happened. And that was here in Charlotte at a place called Ubben's Auditorium, a large auditorium. You know, at his level, you know, they don't do comedy club. They just do auditoriums. It seats about 2,500 people. And I had won a contest in Charlotte that was over about 5 or 6 weeks. It was an opening act contest. So the radio station here had a contest, and then whoever won that contest got to open for Steve Harvey. At the time, I was not a headliner. Now I've been a headliner now for about 15 years. I started headlining around, actually longer than that. I started headlining around 2008, somewhere around there. So
is that HBO? Not to cut you off, but is that related to the HBO stuff? Is that before HBO? Why is it?
I think the Steve Harvey came right after I had taped to HBO. If I'm trying to remember, I think I taped to HBO in 2004. The show actually aired in 2005, if I have it right.
Awesome.
You know, it's hard to remember all that stuff back then. But so I won the contest to open for him, and I was supposed to do 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, right? So I'm on stage, and I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had that recorded, but I was killing it from joke one. And so at about 8 minutes, I could just feel somebody off. I could just feel them. I could feel them. I'm on this big giant stage, but when you're on stage, you know, you're panning like this. And as I go like this, I see the guy getting my attention. It was his manager. It was his road manager at the time. And he was doing this right here. Everybody knows that means keep going. He was doing this. And he kept saying, he said he was doing this. He said, I got the impression he was saying, until I cut you. So I looked at him. I definitely had enough material to keep going. So I ended up doing about 20 minutes. And then after Steve Harvey's ginormous bodyguard, I don't know if it's his bodyguard still to this day, but at the time it's a guy named Boom. Steve is about 6'4". He's a large man himself. Boom is about 6'8", probably weighs about 330 to 350 pounds of all muscle. A big giant man that had on a suit just like Steve. So I come off stage and he go, oh man, you did your thing, man. Steve want to see you backstage. Because I was the first comedian. He had like a couple of other comedians that went after me that toured with him on all of his cities. I was just opening for him in Charlotte. So then I go to his dressing room and we just chopped it up, and he gave me a lot of great knowledge, you know, comedy wise, business wise, while he was in there, like, you know, literally getting his suit ready to put on and stuff. He was very, very genuine to me. I make sure I always say that about him. People have said, this and that, sometimes he can be a bit of a jerk or an asshole. And when I got back there, he said, "What you heard about me? You heard I was an asshole?" He said, you heard I was an asshole? I said, I was kind of scared to answer. He said, no, tell me the truth. I said, yeah, I did, but I don't see any of that. He said, good. He said, because the people that told you I was an asshole, I should have been an asshole to them.
Well, that's only because I think a couple years ago they canceled him, or they tried to. Like, when you get successful and you get to his level, and I think he's a believer in, I don't know, I think he's a strong believer in God or something too. I think he's spoken about that. So
yeah, he is. He is.
So I think
that
all plays into what they try to do to you at that. When you get to his level like that, and you're a believer in, let's say, Jesus or God, they really like to tack it on. If you don't mind me asking, especially with the passing of Charlie Kirk, or the assassination, a lot more people have been kind of walking towards the light. People say Jesus is like the light, the truth. I'm not a Christian or a Catholic, but lately I've been kind of more keen to the idea of maybe going to church, or kind of just I don't know. It's just weird. Do you feel like that, or do you feel like there is something like that going on, or how do you feel, like, if you don't mind, like spiritually, religiously? Like,
I mean, I have seen probably five or eight videos or so of guys saying, "Hey man, I decided to go to church today." I've seen that, and I listen, when you have a following as big as him, and I mean, whoever decided to shoot him, y'all done made it worse now, because his Instagram views are going like this. His Instagram, everything that he has done is going bananas. But I looked at a video the other day, and it was I think at first it had something like 42 point something million views. This is a couple of days after he got assassinated. Then I looked at it again. It was up to like 72 something. It had like 30 million more views in like 24 to 48 hours. So whatever y'all tried to do, you did not really silence his message. I mean,
no,
you made him a martyr. And even if you despise him, there's a lot of people who loved that man and who love that man. A lot. So,
well, mention all race. I mean, it wasn't just a certain group. I mean, there was people, different religions, different faces, different races. I mean, there was people take little bits and try to make him seem like he was a bigot and stuff like that. But that's only to fit their own little narrative. And, and speaking about God and higher powers, you fought prostate cancer.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. If you don't mind, just elaborate a little bit about that. And through that, have you become a believer, or you believe in a higher power? At least tell us when did you get what's up here?
So yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm a believer in God. I'm not a big church goer, but I definitely do believe in God in that lane. So I had prostate cancer during COVID. That's why I talk so much shit. I tell people I'm unkillable. You can't kill me. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in January of 2019, and I had it for about 3.5 years. And I was cured of it in November of 2022, and I fought it holistically. I've been in a holistic lane when it comes to healthcare for ever since I was around the age of 38 or so. I'm 56, but it's been
Wait, what do you mean you're 56? You're not fit. You're 56?
I'm
You don't look
56.
56?
Yes, sir.
What?
And I play basketball I play basketball 3 times a week.
No, screw you. I'm going to Google right now.
I play basketball 3 times a week with the young dudes, and I'll be cooking their ass.
You are. Dude, right on, man. No, that's great.
Yeah. So, now I do, and I know you didn't notice, and I didn't let you know before we started, but whenever I get introduced or whenever I speak about my prostate cancer, I never say prostate survivor. I always say prostate cancer beater. That's how I like to turn. And like I said, I'm not upset with anything you said, because we hadn't really talked about it before. But I just like, words are powerful, and I always like to use those words, because when I tell people on stage, I always talk about it on stage during the show, and I say, hey, whenever you get diagnosed with the C word or cancer or something that's supposed to be don't start thinking that you're gonna die. You can't think like that. I never thought I was gonna die, not one time. I was like, my mama and daddy are not gonna bury me. I'm gonna bury them the way it's supposed to go. That's
So
all it is.
it's so important. Our words are so important. And
So
you know,
important, man. I'm big on that.
People like this. It sounds a little cheesy, but I was tripping on mushrooms 10 years ago, changed my life. You talk about different medicines. I really do think there's something there with everybody's so mentally unhinged, and everybody's like all messed up and we got to rewire yourself. And there is some medicinal, since this is on YouTube and we're not doctors. I won't go any further, but there are some benefits. But I tell people this, our words, we should treat people like a tree. Listen, hear me out. A tree gets cut down, but it can't get back up. You and I get cut down, but we get back up, but the person is still down, even though they're up. So we should say things that help people grow, not things that help them, that cut them down. So if you look at people like a tree, will you look at them differently? You would, because you would. What I'm just saying is, it's not Dr. Seuss, but our words. And so how important was your mindset? Like you just said, your mindset was a pivotal, important during that trouble. Yeah. So I like that you're out here telling people your words. I like to say this instead of this. It all plays a role, because as it all plays a role. People can be told from the doctor, you might only have this long to live, or you have this, and then you take the negative in, and now you're taking you're killing yourself essentially. So yeah,
the words and our body absorbs all of that, and people can choose to believe that or not. You know, right. There's a very powerful quote. Let me see if I get this right. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, whatever you believe, either way, you're right. Or some version of that.
I got what you're saying. It's still up in here. Dude, you're 56, you said, and you look like you're 40. Give me a damn break. It's obviously working. So give me a damn break.
Thank you, brother.
We got some damn it.
I got all my teeth. Look at that. Everything but the wisdom teeth.
Yeah, you know what I like? Like, people like to when I do my lives on YouTube, they always like to say there's dentures and shit. And I'd be like, dude, I just took care of my teeth, and I had braces. The thing is, I have a younger brother and older brother. My older brother never got the braces. Me and my younger brother did. So his teeth are all messed up. So he's always just bent out of shape, that he has crooked ass saber-toothed tiger teeth, but yet me and the other brother have nice straight ones. You know who the favorites are. Going back, I want to pull up a story that's kind of going viral right now, and I want us to talk about it. I also want to let you know, here we go, bam, 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 bam. First of all, what's going on with 250 Democrats and Republicans over there in Israel meeting up? I don't know about you, but why do everybody have to go to Israel and kiss a damn wall? We have other friends in other countries too. You don't see us bowing down on knees. Can you tell me what your opinion is listen, dude, they want to make this about left and right. I think what happened to Charlie, I think it's more sinister. I don't think the guy that took him out worked alone. And I think there's something trying to push us into a civil war, outside forces that are essentially paying off our government. So what do you think about this? What are they all doing there? Right? What do you think?
This every time I look at all these presidents on both sides of the aisle that go and kiss this wall, like they say, something's happening way above my pay grade, but I'm like, everybody, no matter where they fall, seems to need to be an ally of Israel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on with that? I absolutely do not believe this little cornball, this little dweeb just got up on that roof and was able to pull this off and assassinate Charlie Kirk by himself with no help. There've already been videos talking about it's literally impossible to disassemble the type of rifle that he had, and then you see the video of him jumping down and then running across the street, and they're like, where's this rifle? You can't disassemble this rifle like that. And then they so-called find the rifle reassembled in the woods. There's no way I believe he was by himself.
It's all bull crap from my understanding, from what I think too. And even Marjorie Taylor Greene, I was just pulling up what she was saying. This is her message from Charlie Kirk. Charlie wanted her to go talk at the AmFest, and he was just reaching out to her, but she's been really vocal against Israel, and she declined not to do it. And what I'm trying to get out of this is, a lot of people are waking up to the fact that maybe there's something going on. Maybe this is like a psyop within a psyop within a psyop within a psyop within a psyop. It's time to end the satanic New World Order, and it feels like people are not feeling like they're being heard from our government officials. That's why I think everybody's taken to the online world now the last couple of years, especially in the last couple of months. Everybody's just this is the only way I feel like I can get heard. I'll go on TikTok, I'll shout to the wind, but at least 2 or 3 people will hear me. At least I'm not alone. I think this is happening because our politicians are not listening to the people, and they're pushing us in this direction as well because they're paid off by a foreign entity. Now, let me tell you this. So this was it's called the Spirit Rock in North Carolina, Wilmington, which, by the way, I lived in Wilmington, North Carolina for a couple of months, and it's the only place I ever went to jail for the weekend. Hey, I just want to tell you this real quick. If you're going to go to jail for disorderly conduct and talking to a cop, talking shit when you're drunk, make sure you do it Monday through Thursday so you get out the next day. I did it on a Friday. I had to stay over the weekend. I got out on Monday. So if you're going to do it Monday through Thursday, but the Spirit Rock, do you know what I'm talking about? I guess it's like a college. Basically,
I have heard about the Spirit Rock. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know a lot about it, but I've heard of it.
Well, I'm going to pull up a video. This is going viral. Basically, these people did a memorial for Charlie Kirk, and they desecrated it, and then they put this on the back end of it. And yet again, you know what's and I just want to show you what this is. And I'm going to play the video in a second, but it seems like Black Lives Matter, the ones that are kind of keeping it, like the ones who started it, they got their mansions, they're in their thing. They don't address black on black crime and certain key issues that they need to address. They always hide out in the shadows, but when it's certain issues, they come out. It seems like Black Lives Matter is really staying alive due to more tend to be maybe liberal or just white Karen, so to speak. like, you know, there are people that are black, obviously Black Lives Matter, but it seems like this movement is like only like staying alive because of a bunch of white people that are guilty, that they feel guilty that they're white and this kind of thing. It feels like that's what's really like pushing this movement now, because it feels like it's fizzling out, because that's the only thing I can think of when this is like a Christian college, dominantly white college, and yet they're putting Black Lives Matter on the Black of the Rock. I don't think that this was black people necessarily that did this, is what I'm saying. I'm going to play this video right here to show you.
Okay.
To say, you know what? I don't like the way the country is.
So this is The Rock, and then here's the girl. Here she is right here.
Fully religious too.
We know that she's good to know you don't respect your father.
Oh, I do, but Charlie Kirk is definitely not the morals I support or the religion I support, where you're just taught to love your neighbor,
Well, our
not hate your
religion
neighbor.
teaches respect.
I'll pause it right there. Our religion teaches respect. Before we play more of the video, what do you think about what she just said? She said, I don't agree. It's like, you stupid cunt. It's not about what you agree. We're all here to agree and it's people always make it about me. So what do you think already? You're going over there to paint this rock and you're making it about you. She's making it about her.
So they had already what did they paint? Looks like they painted the rock, like the American flag?
Yeah. They painted it with Charlie with a quote from Charlie, and she's just sitting there, and then her and then some guy that's trying to get in her pants. You can tell he's trying to look cool in front of her. Comes over and they start painting the rock. They say that they're sorry for getting paint on the American flag, but yeah, here, listen to her right here.
It is also not your right to judge either.
No, we're here protecting somebody. We're not here judging.
And we're not the ones.
If we were judging, we would be taking your paint can and dumping it on you, but we're not, are we?
She said, if we were here judging, we would take the paint and dump it on you. Now, this is just I think a prime example of Christian values. What I mean is, if these people were all, I'm just saying, if they were is the Islam religion Muslims or something, and somebody was desecrating what they believe was being like some kind of Muslim thing, I don't think they would sit there idle. I think they would actually do something. I think this does kind of show how certain religions and people, okay, go ahead, do that. Karma will get you, but they didn't touch her. They didn't hit her. And this is what people are forgetting. They want us to go at each other. You got to hit them in the wallet. She's going to get expelled. You got to hit them in the wallet, get them fired from the job. You don't go crack heads. What's the point of cracking heads? People are like, we got to get them. We got to get them. What the hell does that even mean, man? We got to hit them. It's corporate America. Hit them in the wallet. Yeah. So yes, they were ruining this.
That's one of many. You've seen. I've posted a couple of these. I think a couple of my one or two of them I got from your page about. So you don't like Charlie Kirk to the point of, once again, this is the whole hypocrisy of free speech. You don't like Charlie Kirk to the point of people are expressing themselves in a peaceful vigil, and there are several videos of people running up in the middle of the vigil and just saying this ridiculously disrespectful shit regarding Charlie Kirk. I'm like, you can dislike him all you want. They can go over here and make a vigil if they want to. They didn't come to your dorm room or come and do it in front of your house or on your lawn. And also, it's the fuck around and find out. It's the FAFO. These kids are getting expelled just like people are getting fired from their jobs. It's happening.
Yeah. It's monkey see, monkey do, in the sense that everybody's a follower. Nobody wants to lead. For example, you see this guy right here with the paint. He comes up, he's painting. He's trying to look cool in front of the girl. I've done some of that stuff in my life, trying to get the girl, but just a loser, man. He's sitting there, and then he has the audacity to tell people, "Sorry, I'm trying not to get paint on the flag." It's like, bro, that's some cloth and the ink. It's not going to change the way people think. You're making fun of the whole damn thing. But what do you think about that? This guy, you think he's going to get in the girl's pants for doing this? You think he's going to get some punana?
I'm having trouble seeing, because on my screen the little play button is sitting right on top of it, so I'm having trouble seeing exactly what he looks like. But I mean, who knows? He might not. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just a goofy. He's just like, everybody's just trying to be a follower, and nobody wants to take the initiative to lead. And I think that's also adding to everything. People are lost in their own lives. They're looking for a group or something. Why does people join gangs? Maybe they have a broken home. Maybe they think these people are going to be their family. Little do they know they're just going to use you and spit you up when they don't need you anymore, just like a lot of people do. So I think a lot of this, people tend to gravitate towards something that's not good for them only because they're looking for some kind of connection. And that goes for a lot of things, even our peers. It goes to even to gangs and all that stuff. What do you think about this following culture? Have you been one to follow? Have you always been one to kind of do your own thing and not go with the herd?
Man, you know the answer to that already.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not no damn follower. Have you seen the stuff that other black people say to me in the comments?
Yeah. Well, and what is that though? Like when people say that, I interviewed Larry Elder on my show last year, and he was talking about how Marxist ideologies. He was talking about Obama, talking about how Obama kind of resurrected racism in the sense that he doesn't remember always being like this. And people call him, they say the word Uncle Tom. I don't think that's like that's what people refer. It seems like to me, when people call a black man that, for me, it's somebody who's thinking outside the box. So what they do is they give him that label because this person doesn't want to think like everybody else. So they hit him with that kind of rhetoric. And that would piss me the hell off if I was black, or just in general, people saying that. So have you had people call you stuff like that? What's it like? What do you have when people call you within your own community, say this stuff to you? Is it?
Of course I have. It don't mean shit. I laugh at it. I tell them, I say, hey man, I'm the dude who beat cancer during COVID. Try again. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to bother me. People come to the comments and they'll, black people come to the comments and they'll call me Coon, Sambo, Uncle Tom, blah, 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 whatever it is. And I say, hey, man, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen after you run out of names to call me. You're going to go to bed tonight. You're still going to wake up tomorrow morning, ugly, fat, with a little dick, and the post is still going to be there. And I'm going to make another post tomorrow just to piss your ass the fuck off. So it doesn't work with me. I beat cancer during COVID. There is nothing you can fucking say that's going to have me like, oh my God, I need to take this post down. I should stop talking in this way. I should cancel my whole own comedy career. Get the fuck out of here. That shit don't work. It don't work. It don't work on me. It didn't work before I started doing comedy. It definitely doesn't work now that I'm doing comedy. It doesn't work. And when I tell people that, it always disarms them. Every time they'll say this, say that. And I say, okay, now you done wrote your little stupid fucking paragraph. Now what?
Yeah,
you're going to wake up tomorrow. You're going to see the post still there. And I'm going to do another post.
I say small dick, big sack. My balls have my dicks back. Some people, no, sir. But I want to talk to you about some key issues since you're here. And since this interview is going to be going up on Compound Censored, we're more of a, it's the #1 MAGA network. And there's people in the MAGA movement from all races and colors, how Donald Trump's kind of been bringing over. I want to talk just two things. One, we understand that the black community makes up a smaller population, but there's a lot of crimes. Majority of the crimes in the United States can kind of be looked at a certain demographic. Do you think that's true? Yep. And if so, where does this stem from? Because I think the system does have a lot of responsibility here, but we can't look back in the past and fight racism with reverse racism. And we have to acknowledge where we've come and look back, but not get tied up in the history. So should I feel bad if, and which I don't think my great grandparents did, but should I feel bad if people in my lineage ever owned slaves? I mean, tell me what you feel about all this, because if I was black and all this shit's going down and people think I got my job just because of DEI, that would piss me off because I worked hard. If I was black and people said, hey man, I'm sorry that my grandparents used to own people like you, that would piss me off because I was like, what do you mean own people like me? So can you just tell me what's it like, just, I guess, straight up being black in America in 2025 and with all this digital information? I mean,
yeah,
have a real
yeah.
conversation.
Once again, I do not go with the herd on this. I am an anomaly. This is when I get the name calling, when I say things like I'm saying now. I'm not looking for any white man to pay me reparations for 400 or 500 years ago. Even if 400 or 500 years ago, somebody in your family did do some terrible things to somebody that you could trace in my lineage back 400 or 500 years ago, you have nothing to do with that. Nothing. You have nothing to do with that. You had nothing to do with that. Out here, black people say, oh, well, this white man, he got a 400-year head start. No, he fucking didn't. He wasn't living 400 years ago. Now, I will say that there are some families that are white, many families that are white, that are benefiting today financially from financial money that has been made and then passed to generations. And I get that. That is a thing. I'm not going to sit there and say that that's not
like
a thing.
King Charles, like the royal family in the United. If you want to talk about reparations, go outside that kingdom right there. That's a family alive today that can actually show proof that they own slaves. Damn it! I don't know why people aren't going out there, but go on. I'm just saying, like that's a good example. You want to know who's right here, but nobody talks about that. They don't. So anyway.
It is a thing that you can argue, not argue. It is true that there are white families in America that have benefited and they have money that you can trace back to that time. Okay. But there are also people who have had absolutely nothing, on black and white, and now they're millionaires or billionaires or make high six figures and live an extremely comfortable life. The bottom line is nobody's coming to save you, black or white. Stop fucking whining and work on it yourself. Work on it. You might have to work a little harder than the white boy. You might have to work a lot harder than the white boy. But we as black people, and then other races too, but we as black people do a lot of things to hurt ourselves. If a woman is continually getting pregnant, 3 or 4 different baby daddies, and you're wondering why you're still struggling, you stop fucking opening your legs and letting everybody put their milkshake inside of you. It's not that hard.
Charlie Kirk was talking.
It's not that hard.
Charlie Kirk, a man went on his show who was black, and he told Charlie how he came out of poverty and did all this, and it was because he wasn't allowing all that stuff we're talking about to get him down. He wasn't thinking like all the he just, like you said, saved himself. He wasn't caught up in all that. It's
the victim mentality. I've never had a victim mentality. Listen, I got diagnosed with prostate cancer when I was 49. Okay. That is extremely young to get prostate cancer. Normally it happens to guys that are like 65 plus. All right. I didn't have a victim mentality, and it happened during COVID. I didn't have a victim mentality. This is my Instagram that you see now is the 4th page that I've had. I got canceled back in 2020 when I was saying things about COVID. I didn't use a victim mentality. It kicked me in the gut, but I just had to fucking start over. And I did. And it's going well enough. It's going pretty good. My page is growing. I need y'all to go follow so it grows more. But it's going pretty well. So I don't even like to be around people that have a victim mentality, whether it's male or female. I will not date a woman who has a victim mentality. I won't do it. If you're whining about, oh, I'm fat, you live in America, you don't like your body image, go to the gym, stop eating all that trash that you're eating, drink more water, get a personal trainer. You don't even have to go to the gym if you feel self-conscious about it. They have tons of free workout videos on YouTube and Instagram that can show you how to get your fat ass, I'm not scared to say it, get your fat ass in shape tomorrow morning. People want to cancel you for that. Fuck it. Listen. I think we need to go back to bullying, and that's controversial. But when I got bullied as a kid for 1 or 2 times, I decided after a while to punch the motherfucker back in the face, and it worked out fantastic. I don't do victim mentality. I don't like to be around people who have victim mentality. Whatever it is that you don't like about your situation in this country, in America, as bad as people want to whine and say that it is, and it kills me when they say that, because I'm like, well, get your bitch ass on a plane and go somewhere else. Oh, no. Okay, but then shut the fuck up then, if it's so bad. If you don't like what's going on in your life, you don't like your job, why would you stay there 13 years if you don't like your job? And you're having stress, you're going to end up having a heart attack or a stroke. You didn't finish high school? Well, go to night school. I got kids. Go to night school online. Get your fucking high school diploma. Then go to college online. Do whatever you want to do. You can change it. I don't like victim mentality, as you can tell. I know that was a rant.
No, I love it. No, like I've been doing videos on YouTube since 2006. And it's like the way I tell it is, let's say I'm driving in my lane. I've been driving, doing my thing for like 10, 15, 20 years. And people in my life, they eventually come into my lane and say, hey, Matt, I want to do videos too. And you're like, oh, Ricky, you do videos? Yeah, I'm doing videos. And then you start going. And then they make a U-turn. You're like, Ricky, where you going? Oh, I don't really want to do videos. All right, bye, Ricky. You're still in your road. And then you start to realize, as I'm realizing now, coming from this time to now, look, we're live right in the moment. It's so freaking awesome. A lot of people that haven't been around that long can't see the beauty in this. What I'm saying is now everybody wants to do the videos. Now everybody wants to do this. So when they come talk shit to me, I'm like, dude, it's not my fault that you've been taking photos of your food, uploading it to social media for 10 years, and now you have an awakening that there's weird stuff going on, and you're mad at me for speaking my mind. Piss up a rope, bro. Like don't you see that when people like you're doing comedy, you're doing your thing. And the thing I don't get with online trolls, it's so funny. They'll be like, you should stop everything you're doing. It's like, oh, you're right, Richard. You're right. I've been doing this for so long, but your comment right here, you're right. I didn't stop for principals in school, parents or friends, but you're right. For the guy with 2 followers on YouTube, I'm going to stop everything for you.
Never in the history of trolls, this is for y'all, you stupid fucks. Never in the history of trolling did anybody go, you know what? This guy in Nebraska has a point. What have I been doing? Oh my God, I am going to cancel this post and this page and anything I say about this right now. And then you go to their page, and like you said, no followers, 2 followers, no profile pic, especially on Instagram, or like me and my buddy say, a picture of a horizon or a picture of a flower. Like, come on, man. There's nothing you're going to say to me that's going to make me stop doing what I'm doing. Nothing. You're going to be over here. I tell people all the time, I say, hey, man, is somebody from Instagram sending you $1,000 because you think you won the Instagram argument? I don't give a fuck how you feel about what I posted. Or I'll say, if you feel that passionate about it and you wrote a paragraph, why didn't you post the opposing opinion on your page? Post about it on your page. And I'm not going to come over there and say shit because it's your page.
Yeah, you know, people are saying in the comments, he's based though. People are, right now, man, I'll tell you what, people don't understand, read the room. If you're going to make content out there and you're going to spew and want to make people divide or pick a side, you need to be aware of I'm just saying the same thing. We put it out there. It doesn't go away. And right now in America, as we talked about earlier, they're pushing towards a civil war, a racial war. It's all out. Just people are pissed off. Now, people such as myself that want to straddle the center line of divide can get caught up in the crosshairs real quick. And people can try to say, pick a side. I've never been one to do that. Where do you think the future, I know we talked about it earlier in the interview, but let's just kind of, where do we think we're heading here? Because I want to be optimistic. I want to be positive, man. But could we really, in 2025, could there really be, like, what does that mean? That there's an elderly black woman walking down the street and somebody's going to crack her in the head just because she's black? Or there's an elderly white man and the guy's just going to go beat him up because he's white? I mean, dude, to me, I think that's just low vibration thinking. And if you're good with yourself and reading your gut, you don't have to close your eyes and judge off the color of the skin. I could walk into a bus full of people with just my eyes closed and I can think I could fill out the bad seed. That's all because I think I'm connected with who I am as a person. A lot of people don't know who they are. So this is all fueling racial divide. So what do you think? I think this is all adding to it. It's making people want to. I don't know. It's just not who I am as a person is what I'm saying. I could see thousands of videos of black youth cracking skulls going into Nordstrom. And it doesn't mean that every black youth, however, there is something there that we need to address within the black community. And in order to address it, people in the black community, such as yourself, which you are doing, have to call it out. You know what I mean? That's the only way I think we can get to any solution.
It's listen, am always a glass half full guy. Once again, this is literally how I beat cancer. I'm always a glass half full. Like, matter of fact, even if the glass has this much water in it, I am okay. Well, we got some water. I say this on stage. If the glass has no water in it, I'm like, well, let's go find some fucking water. I'm that guy. Right. But having said that, I am totally an optimistic person. But at the same time, it's a lot of hard-headed motherfuckers out here. It really is. So hard. They don't want to hear an opposing side. They don't want to hear facts. You can send them a video. They like, I've had people say, don't send me nothing. Don't send me that shit. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't want to see that shit. You send them facts. They look at facts, or they don't want to see the video because they don't even want to say that they saw the facts. So I talk about this with a couple of friends of mine who look just like me every day about this. I'm super pessimistic, but in this time with these race relations, this divide is working pretty good. I don't see it getting a lot better. If I'm being honest with you, I really don't. I would love to be able to say something. I want to be wrong about that. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong, but I don't really see it getting any better. Listen, I knew that I was going to get backlash before I did the first Charlie Kirk video. Okay. I've done 6 of them. That's why they say Charlie Kirk part, up to part 6, right? I took a break yesterday and did a different video. Today, later on, after I get off of this interview with you, I'm going to do another Charlie Kirk video. And I said a couple of videos ago, hey, I thought I was done, but you motherfuckers keep doing dumb shit. So if you keep doing dumb shit, I'm going to keep doing videos. It's that simple. And anybody who comes to my page, whether you look like this or look like that, you're not going to come to my page and say anything to me and make me stop calling out fuckery. You're just not. I've had people say to me stuff like, how, why you didn't make a video about George Floyd? I said, first of all, that's in 2020. Where's your video about George Floyd? Okay? Show me your fucking video about George. That was in fucking 2020. You gonna ask me who I was fucking in 2020 as well? You gonna ask me what I ate for cereal in 2020 as well? This is about this right now. I love when people try to do that to me because it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere with me. You're not gonna guilt me into anything. I post what the fuck I want to post. I'm hilarious. I'm good at this shit. I know I'm good at this shit.
Here, but my opinion, George Floyd was a piece of shit. And I think that's when society started to crumble, when we prop people up that are pieces of shit. Now, listen, we can do that with a lot of people, celebrities and stuff, but it's the way they took that and they said, this is our guy. It's like, dude, I think this is all deliberately done. Dude, this is all added to here. From 2020 to now, all this we're talking about racial divide. If we talk about a seed that was planted, that seed was planted in May of 2020. That's why we got to where we are now. I feel like that's why we're so getting torn apart like pulled pork. What's your take on George Floyd? Because, dude, I'm sorry, I can't. The guy's a piece of shit. It's just he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. He's rotting in hell. And Derek Chauvin should be released, and all the statues of George Floyd should be taken down. And that's just my opinion. I just want to know what you think now.
I'll say this about George Floyd, and I've said it too when people have tried to nail me down, back in 2020, listen, I didn't post a black square then, I didn't post a black square. There's like, I had people come on my Instagram back then, why you didn't post a black square? Because I didn't want to fucking post a black square. I post what the fuck I want to post. You want to post a black square? Post a black square. I'm not posting a black square for a dude who held a gun to a woman's pregnant belly. I'm not doing that.
There you go.
Miss me with any of the guilt trip. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. That's all there is to it. People talk about, how he was killed and Derek Chauvin, and then you have people that say, no, he died from fentanyl overdose. The bottom line is the police would have not been there that day. There would have been no interaction with Mr. Floyd had he not been trying to pass a fake $20 bill to steal at a store. When you do, action 1 plus action 2 equals action 3 and action 4. For me to get on this video with you, you're in another country, you told me right now. For me to get on this video, I had to wake up set my alarm. See those actions people see? Last night, set my alarm so I don't oversleep. Wake up. You know, I'm real regular. So I took a nice bowel movement this morning, first thing. Then I had to brush my teeth because I didn't want to be on here looking crazy. And so then I get in front of the camera. You send me the link. You see all those actions that I had to take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Now I'm on actions beget more actions and beget reactions. So anybody that's mad about what happened to George Floyd, I'm not wishing him dead either. And I didn't celebrate when he died either. But if you ain't in the store trying to pass a fake 20, you never even meet Derek Chauvin that day. So no, I didn't post black fucking square. Miss me with that shit. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, that's what the online world needs, man. We just need people to be themselves. And even if you and I don't agree on something, which I haven't seen something we don't agree on right here, that's what that Charlie, for me being a content creator, what I'm inspired by from that guy, because I never really watched him until recently. It was the fact that he was just making people have a conversation to think outside the box. That's how we get
just have a conversation. He would go to these college campuses and set the tent up and be like, hey, let's have a discourse. Let's have a debate. He would have the day he got assassinated, it said up there on the top, prove me wrong about whatever we're discussing. Jesus Christ. You can't, you're so mad that you can't talk to somebody. You got to literally want to fight them or go even worse and take their life. You a bitch if you want to take somebody's life because you don't like what they said.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then you've seen me post about people coming out saying, oh, they should kill his wife and his kids too. What?
Yeah.
What the fuck did you say? Kill his children?
Yeah, no.
Who have none of us have any choice of whose dick we ride in on from our dads to be in our mom's belly. None of us. None of us have a choice in that. You're really going to be such a low life. And it was people who look like this. I have no problem saying it. If you're going to say that, I'm like, that's why in my video I said, okay, so by your logic, you dumb fuck, the people that don't like you, Charlie Kirk got a lot of fans. The people that don't like you saying that his wife and kids deserve to be killed, by your same logic, you dumb hoe, they could come kill you and your kids and your mom and daddy by your same logic. You cool with that, dummy? No. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know, what I would like to have, I would like to hope that this won't be, I would like to have, I would like to have you back on the Off Topic show as like a regular guest, check back out. And, see
it's
what you're
done,
doing next month. I know you're doing stand-ups and comedy, so we can kind of see, what you're doing. I want to tell you something. I go by white noise. I like to rhyme. And I was at a college party a long time ago. I was talking with these black guys. I was like 23, and I used to smoke cigarettes. I was like, hey, yo, check it. Can I get a cigarette? No, y'all. Any of y'all got that Nicorette gum? I need some. And I remember the guys looked at each other and they're like, oh, hell no. And I was like, hell no. Like, I was kind of confused. Like, hell no. Like, I was just, I was trying to be in the moment. And they walk into the house, and in the living room, there's a big window. You can look right into the living room. Everyone's dancing. They go up to their other buddies and they tap them on the shoulder, and because the guy was like, you said they were saying I was like, oh, I said Nicorette. And they're like, nah, dude, hold on. So they go inside and they tap their buddy on the shoulder, right? And they're pointing outside. I'm the only guy standing out there. They're pointing at me. I'm looking around like, wait, who are they? Oh my God, they're pointing to me. And I remember I was like the Wile E. Coyote. I just like ran home. And in that moment, I realized if I'm going to do freestyles and spit in the moment, I'm going to have to really emphasize, work on my punctuation. I said,
no, your punctuation was just fine. I just heard what you said.
No, but
your punctuation was just fine. These dummies were looking for a reason. So what? Did y'all just wake up this morning and y'all was looking for a reason to beat up a white boy? Y'all sound like y'all was just looking for a reason to fight and beat up a white boy. There was nothing. Anybody that's ever known anything about cigarettes, nicotine. Oh, did I say nigga? No, I said nicotine.
It was just, I will never forget. They go inside and they're pointing the guy. There's girls dancing, beer, red cups, and they're pointing out the window. And I'm literally holding my red cup, looking around. And I'm the only one out there. I'm like, oh crap! But
do they still have that? Do they still have Nicorette gum? I don't know. Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I just
So
smoke weed. That's
for
what you need to do.
for some of you youngsters out there who, you know, maybe 2021 or so, there used to be this really popular thing called Nicorette gum,
Right.
Nicorette gum, which people would use as a substitute, I think, to wean themselves off of cigarettes or to try to help quit smoking cigarettes. Nicorette gum. Nicorette is not nowhere near nigga. Okay, I'm black. Let me say it again. You have nigga, and then you have Nicorette. Okay, it ain't close to the Nigga or the Nigger, dummies. They were just looking for a reason, man. And I hate to say it, but there's a lot of people who look like me who do happen to have some low IQ and other races too, just for the people out there. Oh, he want to take down black people, blah, blah, blah. In other races too, but there's too many people who look like me who, in my opinion, wake up every day looking for some type of confrontation in the world with someone of another race, particularly white people. Why are you fucking waking up every day looking to see who I'm gonna tell off? That bitch ain't gonna try me. Bitch, you don't understand. I'm not the one. Shut your dumb ass up and take that bonnet off and try to pay for your food at Walmart. Shut up.
Before we go, I want to play this video. I think you're going to like this woman. I like her. Let's listen to what she says right here. Hold on.
That we dealing with people who think tampons should go in.
Hey, listen to what she says right here. This is golden. This is going to be a great way to leave the show. Watch it. Here you go.
We got to remember that we dealing with people who think tampons should go in boys' bathroom and men can have babies. I be forgetting that every now and then. Because they have already been burdened by what has been.
Come on. I mean, dude, you don't have to be, it doesn't take a college degree. It doesn't take a certain race to see that we really do just need to all get on this. We're all just trying to get by in this world. And the way I look at it, the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poor, the middle class won't be around anymore. We're getting stretched and pulled apart like pulled pork. So I'm going to do my best as who I am as a person, as my platform, to try to get us on the same damn page. And even though if that's pretty much you're better off just, pigs can fly, or you're shitting in one hand and that's just what I'm going to do. Cause that's just who I am. So even if the whole world turns into some kind of demonic whatever, I shall not do it. So I like to hope that we are, but I feel like how you feel, that it looks like we are going that way, but it doesn't matter because I am still going to stay on my path. And I hope that you still just continue to do you. And I think it's so great that you didn't survive. You kicked the ass. You kicked its ass, and now it didn't come back because it was scared shitless. And that's what people need to do. So is there anything you want to say to your fans out there, everybody? And you have any shows coming up? Tell us a little bit, where can people find you? What do you want to say to people? And do you have any comedy shows coming up in the near future? Let us know. Thank you so much for being on here.
So I have a couple things that are shows that are in the works. We haven't locked in the dates yet, but I'm always a beast about posting that stuff, 5 or 6 weeks out from wherever that's going to be on all of my social media. Most everything is Comedian Dave Martin. Yeah, you can pull up everything on Comedian Dave Martin. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on X, or formerly Twitter. Actually on X it's Comic Dave Martin, but then that's my actual @ but you can still just put in Comedian Dave Martin, it'll pop up. Because my username, you know how they say your @ or supposedly your username. But my username is Comedian Dave Martin. So if you put that in a search, it works. Bottom line, Comedian Dave Martin on anything. I'm funny as shit. I actually sing very, very well. I do that in some of my comedy too. If you go to Instagram, in my bio, it'll say #sing Dave Martin, and you'll see some of my song parodies. It's probably 20 of them on there. And when I do live shows, I do that as well.
I'm on your YouTube right now. I just subscribed to your YouTube, and I hit the notification bell so I can get alerted whenever you do any other videos in the future. I know I'm on your link tree right now too, so I'm checking out your X. I'm gonna follow you on X right now. But continue on. As I'm following you on X. I got you. So tell us again what you want to say to everybody. Let's leave it on a positive note. What's something you'd like to say to everybody? Come on, let's just when we wake up every day, let's really. I know this is cliche as hell, but I'm gonna say it. Let's really try to be a better version of who you were from the previous day. And people go, well, how can I do that? Well, you could do that all the way until your last day, until you die. We can always improve. I mean, there are things that how we react to something when we see somebody that might need some help or something like that. We don't have to be
the type of humans that we see in these videos. We don't have to have the hate in your heart. Even if you didn't like Charlie Kirk, even if you vehemently didn't like Charlie Kirk, okay, please don't support people that are mocking his death. And you can say, well, Dave, he didn't care nothing about George Floyd. Okay. He didn't care nothing about George Floyd. So if you really feel that way, so are you going to try to be as bad as you want to say that he was? If you feel that he was a bad person, you ain't still going to try to be better? Everybody can be better. That sounds cliche as hell, but work on it. Work on it. I'm telling you right now, you'll live longer, laugh every day, say something kind to somebody without, any provocation. Just walk up to somebody or walk up past somebody. Speak. I like your shoes. Nice hat. Oh, you have a pretty smile. Say anything. Say anything nice. Smile. You don't have to say nothing. Just be a better version of yourself than you were the day before. Once again, it sounds super cliche, but that's how I beat cancer. I wake up, I laugh all the time. Every time I walk into a room, anybody who knows me in Charlotte, there, certain restaurants that I frequent all the time, sports bars to watch games. Every time I walk in, the lights get lighter. I tell them all the time, the fucking light bulb is going to be lighter, even brighter when I walk in. So, and that's how I beat cancer. Thank you so much for having me on, man. And yes, I want to come back. Yes, I certainly do. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I am so humbled and grateful for the invitation. And all y'all out there, follow me.
Hey.
My shows only cost $20 now, but like I said, my shit is getting ready to blow. My views are getting higher and higher and higher. My shit is gonna blow. I promise you, because I'm good at this shit.
Dave Martin, thank you so much. I tell everybody, stay high, stay positive, stay highly positive, and doubt is fuel to the flame. If you doubt yourself, you're out of the game. And one more thing. I walked into a toy store the day before today. I overheard a crayon box with many things to say. I don't like red, said yellow, and green said, nor do I. And none of us here like orange, and none of us know just why. So I bought that box of crayons and took them home with me and drew with all the colors so the crayons could all see. Each of us is special and everyone's unique, but it's when we get together that the picture's complete, dude. Thank you so much for being on the Off Topic. All right.
That white boy got bars. That white boy can rap. That white boy got bars. You heard that?
Thanks, Dave. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You the man. All right, guys, that was great. That was Dave Martin. You just watched it right here on the Off Topic Show. We're going to have all the links in the YouTube. Make sure to go to his YouTube, hit the notification bell, go to his X, go to his Instagram, go to his Facebook, go to one of his shows before the prices of the tickets go up higher than Hunter Biden. And if you're watching me right now, you're watching me, making sure you use that promo code OFFTOPIC to save 20% off your monthly and yearly subscriptions when you guys subscribe over to Compound Censored. There's so many awesome shows on the network, but make sure to show your support for the Off Topic Show by using promo code OFFTOPIC. And while the world is getting pulled apart like pulled pork, what we're going to do is stick our fork in it and say we're done with the bullshit. And that's why we're going to try to come a little bit together. We're going to try. That's all we can do. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Thank you for watching the Off Topic Show. And you know what's up. Stay highly positive.
We just mutated on a Naki James. Tiger blood, Charlie Sheen. Leadership level like a college vein. Addicted to the truth like crack is to a fame. The elites killed the American dream. Along with Epstein, let's rage against the machine. Momentum picking up and I'm hardly burning steam.